15 investments resistant to recession. What are the best assets that can weather a recession? What investments are secured during a downturn? How should you make investments amid a downturn? What is the best support that can survive a recession? What are stocks appropriate to buy during a recession? What supplies are reliable during a crisis? And what are the best stores to purchase from during a recession? To get the answers to these questions, go ahead and keep watching this video. As we're well aware of, we'll be amid a recession by August 2023, which is already happening, but you aren't experiencing it yet. The administration seeks to preserve the illusion that everything is generally proceeding in light of the upcoming US elections, when everyone with half a brain is already going through agony and worry. Bills must be paid, mortgage payments must be made, or your weekly expenditure has dramatically grown, and your shopping basket has almost doubled over the last 2 years, while your pay has barely increased by 5%. Wait until the conclusion of this video for your chance to prepare with these 15 recession-resistant investments. So, let's get going. Number 1. Cheap fast food. People with more money prefer to eat at more exclusive places. When they have less money, they return to the Clown and the King McDonald's burger. Domino's, Taco Bell, King, Subway, KFC, and so on. The fast food restaurant providing 15 burgers won't do well during the recession, but the rest of them will. Since Postmates and similar services have gotten highly expensive, people will still order in, but much less often. Since these companies have strong roots, it will make more sense for customers to stop at a drive-thru on their way home. The US top 20 fast food franchises are listed below, ranked by annual revenue. Number 2. Grocery stores. Price-conscious merchants have historically done quite well, including Walmart, Costco, Kroger, Aldi, Sam's Club, Little Dollar Store, and others. Here is how the performance of Walmart and Costco compares to 3 well-known retailers of everyday necessities, including Whole Foods, which traditionally suffers the most as customers grow more price-conscious. Number 3. Telecommunications. You may go without food for a few days and call it prolonged fasting, but don't you dare mess with my internet. If this age has taught us anything, we depend on telecom more than ever, and it's rising at a pace of around 10% annually. Many individuals in conventional positions will be out of employment when the recession strikes and will search for alternative options. In a downturn, work from home is more common. Businesses will reduce the number of offices they maintain because rents will be too high, and as a result, more workers will work from home. And as a result as well, the telecom sector will continue to grow. Number 4 is self-education or mastery. Nothing you previously learned can be taken away from you, so investing in yourself is recession-proof. Your financial situation and mental health are less affected by a recession the more financially educated you are. This investment may be divided into 2 sections, since you can either master an existing skill or learn a new one that will open up new options for you. Number 5. Consumer staples. There are certain things that people will always buy regardless of the economic situation, and when we talk of consumer staples, we think of Procter & Gamble, PepsiCo, Palmolive, Nestle, L'Oreal, and a bunch of others. No matter how bad the economy gets, you'll still purchase toilet paper according to Unilever and everything else you use on a daily basis. Find companies that produce related goods and invest in them. Here is a comparison of the returns since the 2008 financial crisis between consumer staples and the S&P 500. Number 6. Technology stocks. Many people worry that internet businesses are becoming too large, but the future is what matters. In 10 years, will Google still be around? Will Amazon continue to grow even during a recession? Look at the tech businesses you often use, since if you do, then others probably do too. Previously, tech lagged behind retail, but now, in our opinion, technology has overtaken that sector as the key player in the economy. Number 7. Utility stocks. Holding utility stocks in your portfolio is the foundation of a complete investment plan. One of the biggest power providers in Florida, NextEra Energy, is one of our portfolio's best performing equities. It has returned 21 over the last 5 years, and over the previous 10 years, the annualized return is 19.2%. You should primarily focus on energy producers, distributors, and service providers. Natural gas suppliers, although demand is only growing, raw prices for water and sewer utilities may fluctuate. Number 8. Gold and precious metals. The naive investor's favorite hedge is gold, since it protects against inflation and economic downturns. In the next months, you'll hear more and more old money voices discussing diversifying into metals. Silver is a close second. Why? Governments often utilize money injections to boost the economy, which increases the financial supply and drives up the price of gold since it is a relatively scarce asset. This is done to help nations emerge from recessions. Number 9. Pharmaceutical stocks. You might invest in Pfizer directly or in retail firms like Walgreens, CVS, or Rite Aid. The whole pharma industry is vulnerable to upheaval. Recessions are a healthy field for pharma companies, particularly with the boost they've gotten during the epidemic. Our attention is drawn to Cuban's Cost Plus. It is an online pharmacy that offers cheap, generic copies of well-known medications. Number 10. Life insurance. One of the booming bets of a recession is insurance, but life insurance is much more significant. You may not realize it, but wealthy people use life insurance much differently than you would think, as it serves as a means of wealth accumulation for them, comparable to a tax-free personal bank. They invest their money in life insurance plans rather than in banks, allowing them to borrow money tax-free in the future. We find the whole system of employing life insurance as a bank to be intriguing, and it will eventually get its own film. Recessions often result in stress and financial trouble, and because insurance firms do well, they could be a good addition to your portfolio. Number 11. Blue chip art. The majority of you would be astonished to find that one of the best ways to safeguard oneself during recessions is via art, especially fine art. Individuals who are not affected by recessions have a limited supply of blue chip art, which is in great demand. In fact, wealthy people actually become more richer during recessions. The art market has regularly outpaced the S&P 500, real estate, and gold over the last 25 years, and art has fared well even when there has been inflation. Number 12. Evergreen Businesses. Home Depot will likely withstand a 1 to 3 year recession because it has good foundations, a wonderful product, and a loyal customer base. Evergreen companies have been forever and will still exist in 20 or 40 or 60 years. Consider your children. Even if you have to cut expenses during a recession, you'll still send them to daycare or school. If one of their grandparents dies away, you'll still send them in anyway. Number 13. Hedge funds. Those of you who are already rich in our community get from your financial advisor a list of regional hedge funds that performed well during the past 2 recessions, then start setting up appointments. These organizations are searching for any way to increase their wealth in the quickest amount of time feasible. Hedge funds, for example, acquire their names from deliberately betting against the market. Michael hedge fund managers like Carl Aitken, John Paulson, and Ray Dalio have taught us a lot. Number 14. Commodities and raw materials. You're in luck if you're familiar with the commodities market. Wheat, soybeans, and maize are nevertheless wise investments, even if they may not be as alluring as magnificent artworks. Cotton will keep expanding, but use caution since not all commodities are created equal. Spices, vanilla, and coffee, for instance, often suffer when demand declines during a recession. And number 15, automation. The last item on our list, automation, is something we think is inevitable, much like Thanos. Because firms are doing all they can to be cost-effective so they can continue in business, we think that recessions simply hasten the adoption of automation. There are many emerging automation businesses out there doing amazing things. People will soon stop working and demand more pay when you consider that costs have increased but incomes have not, which will encourage businesses to invest even more in automation. Should a company like McDonald's create 2 more touchscreen kiosks that do the same function, or should they boost the minimum wage for its employees to $25 so they can take your orders? Expanding your time horizon is the only way to prosper during a recession. We thus come to our question: because recessions are cyclical, there is always another one coming, and they are a regular part of the economic cycle. How long do you believe the recession will last? Please leave your responses in the comments below. Thank you so much for spending some of your necessary time with us today. We are so pleased you did. If you like this one, please like Rich Mentality on Facebook, click the bell button never to miss an upload, and don't forget to subscribe.